Yeah, good morning, student. Now we are going to do the science, your first lesson, standard 6, water part, third part, water. Observe how much water is used and what is the purpose it used in your house. For a whole day, record it a chart like shown in the discussed data into the means it is given whatever water we use in our day-to-day life that we have to observe. Okay. So, student, you have to make this row box and you can write here or you can write your name and then you write bath how much water you use bathing 5 liter 10 liter you can write for brushing teeth 1 liter 500 ml whatever you need in washing clothes utensils mopping of the floor पोछने के लिए आप कितना यूज कर for drinking how much you use cooking how much you use you means you are not using you can put the dax then total water then your mother name. I like that you can make a chart and just find out how much water is used in day-to-day life in your family. Okay. Same you can do with your neighbor also. So we are supposed to find out how much water is we use in the daily life. Okay, now see, you will see that it is almost impossible for us to spend an even a single day without water. We need drink to 4 liters of water every day so that all our bodies functions means a human beings need at least 4 liter water. We have to drink at least 4 liter water in a day to make our body function properly. Other things also require water, although the most of amount of the water they need may vary according to size of their body. Yes, big people need more water, small people need less water. That depend on our body. Thus, we see that water is the very important. If hydrogen gas burns in the air, it combines with oxygen and water is formed. Okay. if हाइड्रोजन गैस बर्न अगर हम हाइड्रोजन को बर्न करते एयर के साथ कंबाइन विद वाटर ऑक्सीजन it form the water. We have learned about the some characteristic of water in the previous standard. Correct? See the distribution of water on the earth. This most of the water on the sea, only 3 to 4% water for drinking purpose. Water available for drinking, groundwater, ice water, this water. Okay. So if you want to observe this chart, seawater is what 97%. The water available for the fresh water to 97 plus to 99. This zero point 0.7 plus 0.3% water is for the drinking purpose and this water groundwater here we have to write groundwater ice and water in the forms. Okay, we cannot use all the water on the earth because seawater is salty. Correct? Seawater is in the frozen state. A very small quantity of water is available for drinking. Yet it is enough for drinking. Why we are not supposed to use the seawater? Say because of seawater is the salty water. So the small quantity of water is available for us, so we can use the water properly. See, in a nature, water occurs in the three states. You know, everyone. What does not have where water does not have the color, taste or odor. Many substances readily dissolve in the water. Therefore, water is the universal solvent. The blood of animals and the sap of the plant contain a very high proportion of water. You see, na? Our blood or the sap of the trees, there is a very high proportion of water. No living thing can survive without water. So we can say water is our life or water is the life. Then here one activity is in what way the water is sea and oceans useful enough though it is salty. Means pani that salty है so how we are supposed to use seawater. Now see for which purpose water being used. If you want to observe the diagram you can also you are properly able to know. Water is used for washing the clothes, for drinking purpose, in factories, chimneys, okay, in making the washing the vehicles, all this. Do you think use of water we do? We use water in large quantities. We have learned that water on the earth is circulated from through the water cycle. The water vapors formed For the oceans is the main source of water is in the water cycle. It gets converted into the rain, creating fresh water and sources on the earth. Okay. We get water from the natural sources such as stream, river, pond, correct? Which are natural sources, stream, rivers, ponds, springs, and the lake. Man also digs, well, we dig the borewell or well for getting the water, lifting the groundwater. Apart from this, man has also constructed bunds, and dams of the various sizes on the river. Due to the uncontrolled use of water from the increasing population, industries, and farming, it is now is short supply. Water scarcity has become a serious problem. Okay, so always remember what you have to remember. Use water sparingly means you have to use water properly. Block water, let it protocol percolate. Store water wherever is possible. Reuse water wherever possible. Remember, store water does not become stale at once. Now see next one. Land. Land is the scene in the form of the stone, soil, big rocks. It is not flat everywhere. It is hilly in some places and flat in others. All the terrestrial animals, including the man, live on the land. Some terrestrial digs, yes, some animals dig the ground burrows or ground on the for their shelter. This means that they are use the land for fulfilling their needs. We also use the land farming and for building the houses and roads. We make the use of plants and animals in the forest that grows on the land. Means people are also using the land for their means for making the houses and for plantation, ground gardening, all these all purpose. Okay. The millers, crude oils, and natural gases obtained from the earth, land are very important for us. It means that the land is an important resource. Let us see exactly what land is made up of. Okay, so land is also very essential for us. Now, see, student, you have to complete this one. Okay, this one, this one in your notebook. Okay, and this diagram also you have to draw. We are able to make the word land, soil, dry leaves, soil, sand, small stones. This is the layer of the mixture of the bottom. I think this will be same here also. Humus soil, immature soil, layer of the soil and small rocks. So you have to draw this diagram also in your notebook. This diagram also in your notebook. Okay. The land on the earth also look like this. If the pipeline is being laid in your neighborhood, observe carefully the pitch dug up for the pipeline होता है ना borewell होता है at that time you see this all this layer you will see same layers under the land surface as shown in the accompanying figure. If the land has mature soil, the topmost layer is formed by the decomposition of the remains in the plants and animals. This is called humus. What is the humus? This layer is formed by the remains of plants and animal waste material of plants and animals. That is called humus. It is usually found in the dense forest. The land below is full of sand, soil, small stone, worms, and insects. Soil and pieces of bedrocks are found below this layer of land. This soil is immature. Further below this layer, the proportion of the soil decreases and that the rocks increases. This is the layer of the bedrocks, correct? This one is layer of bedrocks here. This contains stone, all these things here. This is the layer of bedrock. The main minerals in the soil are derived from these rocks. That is why soil is different. Reason is the different, correct? That is due to these two minerals. The color of the text and texture are both determined by the bedrocks. Bedrocks decide the what color and what is the texture of the soil. Okay. Now soil formation. The process of soil formation. The soil on the land formed by a natural process. The abiotic components of the soil are supplied through the weathering of the bedrock due to the heat, cold and water on the sun, wind and rain respectively. The bedrocks break down into pieces. See, this is the natural process. Soil formation is the natural process. Abiotic components by the weathering the bedrocks means broken into pieces. Stone and sand and soil are formed from the pieces that pieces bedrock से pieces सब मिलते हैं. Microbes, worms and insects are found among them. Rodents and like mice and the rats are found here. The roots of the trees grow on the land. Also helps the weathering of the rocks. The rocks को weathering the फोड़ protect करने के लिए breakout करने के लिए useful होते हैं. The process of the soil formation is very slow process. That's why he has given a means for making the 2.5 centimeter of soil. It can take the how many years? Thousands of years. For formation of soil, much time formation of soil takes near about the thousands of years. See, soil can be destroyed in a short period of the due to flood, storm, human activities such as the mining. That is why the necessity to conserve the soil and prevent soil erosion of land. The best remedy of this it is increases the green cover of the land. Erosion of the land is reduces the grass, trees and bushes are growing in it. Okay. Humus is the layer of the formed soil due to the decomposition of dead plants and animals. Okay. Plants, whatever plants are dead and in waste of the animals, they make the and the microorganisms use help for making the humus. Humus is used to supply the nutrient to the soil. Humus is also important for the operating air, aerating the soil and for holding water in the soil. The proportion of humus in the upper layer of the good fertile soil is about 33 to 50%. Institute to Work Indian Meteorological Department IMD was established in 1875 to study the weather in the Indian subcontinent. The main function of this institute is to observe the weather and the make weather forecast. This institute also conduct research related to the change in the weather, make forecast about rains and studies the development related to the global warming. Okay, who this study of global warming? IMD. What is full form? IMD, Indian Meteorological Department. When it established in the 1875. Okay, see, forest on the land got buried underground due to the great upheavals that took place on the earth many ages ago. After that, the process of formation of fossil fuels formed. The remains of living things took place underground. Okay, अगर कुछ होता है मतलब 100,000 लाख साल पहले अगर कुछ चीज़ दब जाती है जमीन के अंदर तो उससे क्या होता है फॉर्मेशन होता है फॉसिल फ्यूल्स फॉर्म होता है. We get the fuel like petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin, and other useful material like tar and wax from the fossil fuel or called that is called the crude oil. That's the last part of your book. Living things use land, water, and air available on the ground, and so does man. However, the proportion of the resources that are actually put to use are very small and compared to the whole earth. Look the following tables. See, land 29%, potable water is 0.3%, oxygen 21%. These are all the important for us too, but we have to use all the things properly. Even though in this small proportion, the resources shown in the above table are sufficient for all living things, only it is very necessary for the man control his greed. In other words, he must use these resources judicially with the awareness that they are means for all others living things and not just for the mankind. Okay. So student, you have to do this activity at home, write in a notebook. Then with next lectures we will do this question answer. Okay. I will send you the question answers. Or you can search first one. I think you're supposed to solve the fourth one also, and fifth one also, sixth one also. Correct? Okay, student. Bye. Take care and safe at your home. Okay.